Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, we are going to discuss the benefits of having a business account and having a store subscription, more importantly, alongside that business account. So a lot of people will start off their dropshipping journeys with a personal eBay account, which is absolutely fine. It lets you have a feel for the eBay platform, and it also gives you 1,000 free listings on your eBay store, which means you don't have to pay any listing fees. So no store subscription, no listing fees, and the only fee that you will pay is when you sell your item, which is a percentage based fee. We'll not get into that. That is called a final value fee, and it's fairly common that people understand what this is, but we're talking purely on the store subscriptions, the listing fees, and how you can save hundreds, if not thousands of pounds over the course of your eBay dropshipping business by using a business account and also having the correct store subscription for your needs. So this can be a bit of a minefield with people. I've spoken to people quite recently that have personal accounts with no store subscription, and they have more than 1,000 listings, okay? So when you have more than 1,000 listings on there, you are paying for each additional listing. That is 30 pence in the UK and 30 cents in the USA. And when I talk about the free listings, I'm talking about, in most cases, the UK. I think in the USA, you actually get 250 free listings. So if you're selling anywhere outside of eBay UK, which means you're selling on ebay.com, the reality is that you're going to be paying way over the odds than what you should be compared to if you had a business account with a store subscription. So like I say, it's fine to start off with, but once you go over 1,000 listings, you're losing quite a bit of money. And quite recently, we have helped identify this issue with a number of sellers. And it also, if you understand it a bit better, it helps you budget and be able to scale your business a lot more. So let's have a look at the basics here. So no shop is pay as you sell. Okay, so we can see that here on our ebay.co.uk with regards to selling fees. You don't pay any monthly fee, you have no subscription, you have no free fixed price listings on this no shop. This is a business account, by the way. And each additional listing is 30 pence. So this still applies to when you have a personal account as well. So you get your 1,000 free listings and then this 30 pence for anything after that. So when you upgrade to a business account, it is super important that you choose a subscription for a start. So having any one of these three, basic, featured, or anchor store, is definitely better than having none. However, as you scale, it is when is the right time to move up the gears in terms of which store subscription you have. Okay, so on the basic store, the monthly price is £27. We'll go through the USA side, the ebay.com side in a few minutes, but the basic side for UK is £27. And by the way, none of these figures include VAT. So if you're not VAT registered, you will have to pay VAT on top of this, and you won't be able to reclaim that VAT back, okay? If you're a VAT registered seller, you still pay the VAT on top, but you're obviously able to offset that VAT cost against your VAT return, which means you effectively get that money back within your VAT return. So £27, the value of this subscription is £105. Now that's based off, if you have more listings on there and what it would cost you to list them on a basic no store, no shop, which would cost you 30 pence per listing. So this is already a massive savings. You get to list 250 items, okay? And each additional fixed price listing will be 10 pence plus VAT. So you can already see it's a third of the price even when you go over the allowed listings, okay? So 250 listings plus another 250 listings is only going to be an extra £25, for example. Now, when you get to a certain level, it is more beneficial for you to bounce to the feature store. So that's taking it to the next level, and you get more free listings with your eBay store subscription, and this gives you 1,500 listings. Okay, so 1,500 listings is going to cost you £77 per month plus VAT, but give you 1,500 listings. And again, the subscription value versus what you would pay on a basic subscription is a value of £237. The main value comes in for us is when when do you switch over? Okay, so a basic store gives you 250 free listings, okay, and costs you £27. If you were to list another 500 listings, let's do a quick calculation. 500 listings at an extra 10 pence, and again, this doesn't include VAT, is £50, okay? So that's £50 plus your £27, which equals £77. And I'm not going to get into the whole what happens if you remove listings and then re-add fresh ones. Every listing you remove and you re-add a fresh one, it is going to cost you another listing fee. So again, at around 750 items is going to be the best time to jump to feature store. So picture this, okay? You've got a basic store, you've got about 750 items, give or take. That's going to be costing you £77 plus VAT. At that point, as soon as you move to the feature store, you'll be paying £77, but you will then have an extra 750 items that you can list to your store with zero extra cost. So 750 items on a basic store cost you £77, but 1,500 items on a feature store is still only going to cost you £77. So anything that you list from 750 to 1,500 to 1,500 listings is going to cost you zero extra than what you're already paying at the minute. So I would say even if you've got 500 listings, 600 listings on a basic store and you're pushing towards the 700, I would get that store, upgrade it to a feature store, and crack on from there. Now, the other added benefit of this is each additional listing after the 1,500 is only 5 pence. So as you can see, as you scale your business, this takes less and less money away from your overall profitability, okay? So if you can imagine, you've got 1,000 items when you start in a personal store, and that's great to get you off to a great start, but your growth is really limited. Unless you have multiple personal stores, your growth there is going to be super limited, because you're going to pay, if for example, if you tried to grow that store and made that mistake of not changing your business account, and you had your 1,000 free listings plus an additional 1,000 listings times 30 pence per listing, that's £300. So for 2,000 listings, you would be paying £300 on a personal store. Now, let's say you decided not to scale any further. Okay, you decided to keep it at 2,000 listings. You were making profit. You could be way more profitable with a feature store with 2,000 listings. So let's break it down, okay? So a feature store, just to go back again, a feature store is your £77, 1,500 free listings. Well, I mean, they say it's free, but basically you're paying for them within the subscription cost. But that's 1,500, and let's say you need another 500 to get up to that 2,000, where you would have been paying £300 on a personal store at additional 5 pence per listing. Okay, we can see it here. So 5 pence for the extra 500, which is £25, plus our 77 for the feature store, and we're paying £102. Okay, so that's a saving of £200. Okay, £200 saving on a monthly basis. But not only that, we could actually have an additional 1,500 listings at 5 pence each and still only paying an extra £77. So plus our 77 equals £152. So you've got an additional 1,000 listings. You know, you've got 3,000 listings now compared to 2,000, and you're paying £150 less. So not only should you be more profitable with 3,000 listings, naturally more listings equal more sales, but your business is running leaner, it's running more cost effective for you, and you're actually saving a ton of money. So I mean, if we multiply that over 12 months, that is £1,800 that you are saving, okay? So an extra £1,824, not including the VAT, is what you're saving over the course of a year. And it could be, as a beginner, the difference between make or break, the difference between making money and not making money. So it is super important that you transition at the right time. So based on the first example, the right time to move to a business account would be once you're ready to scale past the 1,000 listings. You may as well take the jump and then quite quickly move through the gears in the space of a month or two to get to that feature store. 1,500 listings, and then you should be trying to grow your business by 500 to 1,000 listings per month. Even at 1,000 listings per month, that is still very, very little in terms of what you're listing daily. Okay, so the average month, 30 days, you're only going to list 33 items per day. Okay, so you can easily list between 20 to 30 items per day and still grow by a good 750,000, whatever you need to, on a monthly basis. You can scale faster than that. You know, if you scale by 50 to 100 items a day, you know, you're going to end up between 1,500 and 3,000 items bigger by the end of each month. And that's where we get into the sort of realms of Anchor Store. Okay, so Anchor Store is the kind of the Anchor Store of eBay platform. It gives you unlimited fixed price listings. So just to put that into perspective, once you pay your subscription value, which is £437, it doesn't matter if you have 10 items listed or 10,000 items listed or 100,000 items listed, you will still only pay this £437 and you have unlimited listings. Okay, now the subscription value itself is based off, I guess, we have values relative to the subscription tier below. When you use all of your allowance, Anchor Shop values are based on an average. Okay, so obviously with unlimited they can't put a number on it, but that is the rough savings. Okay, so if you could imagine this to be the average rough savings, 1173, bearing in mind you will be, you know, drop shipping for years, but even over the space of a year, that is saving you 14 grand. Okay, so that's £14,000 you could have in your back pocket as extra additional income. Not only that, if you get to Anchor Store, you will naturally have bigger sales. You should have bigger profits to go along with those bigger sales as well. So not only are you saving all that money, you should be making a ton extra just by having an Anchor Store. So when is the right time to move from featured to an Anchor Store? It's roughly, off the top of my head, around 7,000-ish listings. So again, if we take, for example, 1,500 listings is £77, then 5,500 extra listings, which takes us to around 7,000, costs 5 pence each, is around £275, plus our 77 equals 352. So the calculation's slightly out there. I thought it was around 7,000. I think it's including VAT or something like that. So it's probably closer to 8,000 listings. If we take 6,500 times 0.05 is 325 plus or 77 gives us about 402. So it's give or take 8,000, 8,500 listings. So probably an additional 7,000 listings. I'm not going to go back and do the exact math. The thing about this is you're moving at quite a rapid pace at this point. So it's probably a good idea to make the jump as close to the first of the month as possible, because they're going to charge you the first of the first. So if you're approaching sort of 7,000, 8,000 listings, and it's getting towards the end of the month, you're probably better just to subscribe to the Anchor Store. Now, where does it become really good value? So if you can imagine, the more listings you have, the lower the average listing fee would cost on average. So if I have, for example, if I'm paying £437, for example, and I have 10,000 listings, on average, that means I'm paying around 0.0437 per listing. Okay, so it's only just marginally slightly better value, less than 1 pence per listing compared to the feature store. Okay, now if you had 20,000 listings, let's get rid of that. So if it was 437 divided by 20,000 listings, that gives us, as you can imagine, half the cost. Okay, so you're now paying on average 2 pence per listing. So that doesn't seem like a lot, but the difference between that kind of 2 pence and the 4 pence, it's actually quite a lot when you consider the perceived or the actual value that you're getting out of that, because now you're listing double the amount of items, you should be getting a lot more sales, but actually you're bringing your business cost down. So a store with, say, 50,000 items, for example, it's going to be even cheaper again, in the realm of around 1 pence per listing. Yeah, like less than 1 pence per listing. So that's really good value and really making the most out of your eBay store. And even with your Sale Freaks monitoring costs, every time you double up, the cost doesn't double up. It just it staircases up and staggers up quite nicely in line with your business. So your running costs actually get lower the more that you scale, and your sales and your profitability should actually rise better. It's like a lot of things. Smaller packages, sometimes relative to the cost relative to your business is sometimes higher for someone that's much newer or less. If you can imagine, when you buy things in bulk in a supermarket, for example, you're always going to get them cheaper than, buying a single bottle or a single packet of something. So it kind of works in the same way. So that's eBay UK. eBay USA has a slightly different structure, okay? So I think, like I said, the personal stores get about 250 items for free. And then when you go to the eBay subscription, you've got a different breakdown, okay? So we are very lucky in the UK compared to the USA at the higher end of the scale. And eBay USA have it a bit better at the lower end of the scale. So they have a lower starter package, which is $7.95. You can pay yearly, which brings that cost down even more, but we'll look at it like for like in terms of the monthly. Then you have a basic, which is $27.95. Then you have a premium, $74.95. And then you have Anchor, which is $349.95. And then you have Enterprise, which is only available if you pay yearly. If your eBay store gets suspended, you do not get that fee back. Okay, so that's why a lot of dropshippers tend to not go with the yearly packages. And I'll explain a little bit about the differences between these, because you might look at that and say, Anchor store, hold on a second. In the UK, that's like over £400, and it's actually less than £300 when you convert the US dollar to GBP, but actually you're getting a lot less value. So let's have a look. So the starter package, you basically pay $7.95. Sorry, starter package is nothing. So yeah, starter package is $7.95 a month. You don't get any additional free listings. You just pay 30 cents. Is that right? That's a bit confusing. I don't sell in the USA, so these packages are just a little bit confusing for me. Yeah, so you get 250 free. It says here 0 insertion fees allocation per month, and then the insertion fees. Okay, so on a starter package, you pay $7.95. You get 250 free. You pay 30 cents for anything over and above that. Then you've got the basic. You've got 250. And then you have this is auction style, so ignore the left hand side. Okay, so basic, you get 1,000 all categories at 25 cents, and then 10,000 in select categories. Okay, so there's obviously select categories where you get more listings. I would imagine. Let's just open up the same thing. I'm going to ignore this 10,000 in selected categories. I think it doesn't apply to dropshippers. I think most people go off this first one. So the basic's 1,000, then premium is 10,000. So this is really good value. You're paying $75 a month to have up to 10,000 listings. So multiple stores with a premium subscription is the way to go in the USA. And then you can pay a little bit more. So it's not really relative. So it's $75 give or take, but for 30,000 listings on 3 separate stores, paying 3 separate premium fees would be $225 versus the Anchor store here, which is $350 give or take. But you're only getting 25,000 listings, so you're actually paying more in less than less. So it is more beneficial to have multiple premium stores than one Anchor store. Even with the Anchor store here in the USA, you don't get unlimited, and you also pay 5 cents per listing as well. And then the Enterprise, only if you pay annually, is 100,000 listings, and any additional is 5 cents. So 100,000, so you're paying $3,000 a month. Let's just do the maths, and we're getting 100,000 free listings, which is about 3 cents a listing. So it's just marginally cheaper, but in no way anywhere near as good value as the UK anchor store. So I would say if you're a US seller, you would either want to be going, if you have multiple stores, multiple premiums with up to 10,000 listings, or anchor store with 25,000. The big difference is here is scaling above 10,000 on a premium store, you're paying 10 cents extra. So if you're planning to have one store and have it big, I would say the anchor store is the one to go with. Otherwise, it's multiple premium or a mixture of the two. But as you can see, it's a lot cheaper at the earlier stages in the USA than it is, late game in the UK where you're getting those free listings. So that's kind of explains a little bit about those fees in general. Now we want to talk about how you actually change your account over. So when you log into your eBay account, you click on personal information. You can go to personal information here and you can change the account type to individual. Change the account type from individual. You click on edit and it will give you this option. In the USA, it's going to be something pretty similar. And then you can just select, no, I manage my business as a sole trader or owner, or click yes, my business is a legal entity. So if you have an LTD, LP, LLP, LLC, something like that, you want to click on the top one and then it'll prompt you for all the details. Okay, so we would just click on continue. And the other thing it'll ask you to do is re-verify your bank account. So you can re-verify the same bank accounts on there. It doesn't matter if it's personal or it's business. You can still put the same bank account on there. Let's just click that again. It's just asking me to log in again. We complete all our personal information. This is obviously blanked out for personal reasons. And we just click on save and continue. eBay wants to play up a little bit. Okay, so it's going to give you two options to link your bank account. Log into My Bank or enter manually. If you are using a bank account that's supported by this option, log into the bank account, that's fine. You can click in, find your bank, log in. And this also is if the eBay account is in your name. You're not using like a business partner's, friends, families or anything, or running it on their behalf. If that's the case and you want to keep it unlinked from your other bank accounts, you want to enter manually in here. And also if your bank account isn't on the list. You can't change the name on the bank account. Obviously here it has to match the name on the business, the name on the eBay. Even if this isn't the case, by doing it manually, the name on the eBay account doesn't need to match the business basically. So what I'm going to do is pause the video, put in the bank account details for this particular account, and then we'll come back after that. But all you need to do is follow the information on the screen, whether you're eBay UK or USA, wherever that may be. Follow the information and just keep cracking on until you have to review it and confirm it at the end. Okay, so you can just click on confirm bank details. You can confirm your account holder, the person required to authorize debits on the account. And we're nearly finished the process. So in this instance, it's asking you to reconfirm the full bank number. I'm going to do that and then we're going to come back. Okay, so once that's done and you've got a text alert, enter the code and then it'll bring you to the screen review and confirm. You just confirm that. Obviously the details here are blanked out. Yours should be your details, of course. And just click on confirm. And that should be it, pretty much done. Depending if you've logged in to your bank via the online banking method, it should be instant. Otherwise, it may require some further information like micro deposits or a bank statement uploaded for the other methods. You can check your messages. Otherwise, as you can see here, the account type is now changed to business. And sometimes as well, you'll get nice big limit increases when you upgrade to a business account. Let's just have a look and see if they've been changed over on mine. Let's actually see. Yeah, because this has been changed from a personal account to a business. Sometimes personal accounts don't actually, they have. Just being blind. So the monthly limits have changed from like 3,000 to 100,000 and 800,000 pounds worth of monetary value. So you can see it right here, which is phenomenal, and that gives us plenty of room to grow within an anchor store when the time comes. So guys, as always, hopefully you found that really beneficial and has helped you understand a bit from the viewpoint of moving from personal to business, why it's so important when you scale, how it can save you thousands of pounds over the years of your dropshipping business and allow you to scale your business a lot leaner and a lot more cost effective. So as always, I will catch you on the next video. Thanks.